Hey Mom, today we are taking you to Mana the Drev, or Conwy Mountain. And it sits on the hill above the town of Conwy. And there's a old hill fort there, which you can kind of see in this fly-in on top of the mountain. And then you're gonna see a lot of family members that you know, including here's my brother and his wife, and my niece and nephew. My mom loves Wales, and we've taken her there a lot, but she can't go anymore, so now we're bringing Wales to her. So I went there by myself the first time in 2019, and I think the footage you're seeing here is of that drive. And we have driven you up this road. This is Sucknant Pass, which is the back road to Conwy.
There's the sheep again.
From Penmaen Mawr. Yeah, we love this road. It's lovely.
We actually choose to drive it instead of the highway.
Yes, and we often see ponies up here. But if you park in the little car park at the top and then head off down this trail, you can walk out to Conwy Mountain, which is sort of the last vestige of Snowdonia in the north.
It's a little pixelated here maybe because it's actually really quite dark when you took this picture and you had to lighten it up.
It's all right. I'm just walking through here. I'm just gonna walk through here. Yeah. You're looking pretty furry there. Yes, I didn't have a very good camera as well. Still pretty dark out here this morning. I'm gonna go try to find the remains of an old hill fort on the hill above Conwy. I don't know if you can see those white spots, kind of center right. Those are horses. Wild ponies, I guess.
This is Sheber Cahoeddus. It means public path. So these paths are for everybody to walk on.
Yeah. And this is also part of the Wales Coastal Path, this section. And you go up over these hills, and we're going to see several shots of these meadows that are sort of hanging in the hills, which I find particularly beautiful. And also views of the ocean, the sea. And this is the Great Orme, with Llandudno nestled right below it there, which is a famous vacation town in North Wales. So that's where I'm heading. I think the top up there must be the old hill fort. Yeah, so I was headed up to the top there, and we headed up there on multiple occasions.
I know I have so many favorite walks, but this really is. This is a very happy place for me. If this is the first time you went, it's the spring. We also have pictures taken in the fall. So we're here on Conwy Mountain this morning at 7 in the morning. And I want you to know that my husband billed this walk as hardly any up. So you can see where we're going.
Yeah, well, you know, when you park at the pass, it's a lot less up than if you walk up from Conwy itself. So that was the first time Sarah visited. This was in 2021,
right,
when I took Sarah the first time. And we're seeing the hill fort now. And you can pause again and read the interpretive signs. There's a couple of them in here.
The pronunciation there is Castell Caer Seion.
Caer Seion. Still struggling with pronunciation.
Yeah. So here we are. This is the wall of the hill fort, Caer Seion. This is an Iron Age hill fort that consisted of two separate rings of hill forts.
You can see how windy it was. The weather is hit and miss when you're up here. We've had really gorgeous days, and we've had pretty unpleasant days. But as you can see, Sarah was happy to be there nonetheless.
Yeah, getting blown off the mountain, but that was okay. The hill fort was occupied between 1900 and 2300 BC. There appear to be two different fortifications, the larger one and then a smaller one that was refortified with the coming of the Romans.
It's kind of hard to see here, but this would have been a hut circle, or is the remains of a hut circle. I didn't notice the tears running down your face from the wind.
Oh yeah, super windy. And that's not even as windy as the first time we went.
Yeah. Honestly, this looks like, to me, like somebody just recently cleared this out. I always wonder how much people have maintained it and how much of it is how it was 2,000 years ago.
Right. Did they build the walls recently? I mean, the rock is there, obviously.
But did somebody clean it up? I don't know. So I was walking into the hill fort, and you can see the entrance off to the left in this shot that we just walked through. You can see those reds in the background there, and we're panning through Conwy River Valley here.
To the castle.
To the castle.
We're on the wall overlooking Conwy Castle behind me, and it's starting to rain.
You just have to laugh when the weather's this bad, windy and rainy. It's so much fun. It's type 2 fun.
Just have to have the right clothing.
Yes.
Then it's all good.
Yep. You can see the sun starting to come through, though. Often, because we're looking off towards sort of Liverpool there in the distance, and there's often a gap between the clouds and the horizon, and you get the sun peeking through just for a short period of time during the sunrise. And it leads to these stunningly beautiful sunrises.
Well, this was a particularly beautiful one.
Yeah. And little by little it lights up. There's Llandudno being lit up, the pier in the background. And then you can see the valley starting to get a little bit of light on it. And the golden light on the hill looking back at the hill fort behind me. And we have a picture of that in our living room.
Above the fireplace in our house in Wales.
Yeah. And those reds really pop. And then you look, you see the clouds are sitting right up on top of it. You know, the sun doesn't get up there on top of the hills.
The sun's not shining in Carnarvon.
That's right.
Looking this way, you can sort of see that's Anglesey in the distance.
Yes.
Anismon.
Also in the clouds, not getting any sunshine. Yeah, look at the top of that hill in the background. And this particular day, I think this was the only sun I saw all day. The rest of the day was overcast and rainy.
Just a little gift.
Yep. And quite a gift it was. And it just kept getting better and better. See this shot of the valley. It's just
couldn't bear to cut any of them out of the video.
I know. They're just so pretty.
So we've been wanting to come back to Wales for 2.5 years, ever since we left in May of 2019. We have a different composition of people on this trip since, of course, my mom died 2 years ago. So it's now Dan's parents, our son Taryn, us, Dan and me, obviously, and then our niece and nephew, Isaac and Jesse.
These aren't the people that Sarah's talking about who are on the trip. These are other family members who came at various other times. Because ironically, we didn't bring any of our family members up here on this particular trip.
This was a particularly beautiful day, obviously not a morning.
Yeah,
but
this was just last spring.
we had a whole string of beautiful weather.
Yes. And on that day, you guys all walked down from the mountain to Conwy, and I drove the car around.
Today we climbed to the top of Conwy Mountain with its spectacular view of pretty much everything up here. Anglesey, Conwy Castle, the Irish Sea, and it also has a Iron Age hill fort that dates to between 2300 and 1900 BC.
Which we're currently walking.
We're walking through. And you know, Conwy Mountain is another example of a place where there's been human habitation here in Gwynedd or North Wales for thousands of years. And if you look at the Iron Age hill fort, it's perfectly possible it was occupied before then. There have certainly been people in Wales before then. And then once it was abandoned, forts were built. There was the fort of Conwy, which is near Llandudno behind us, which was a seat of the Welsh princes built in the Middle Ages when the Welsh were supreme in this area. And then we have Conwy Castle, which once Conwy was destroyed, King Edward built to control this region starting after 1282.
It's important to point out that the Welsh actually did live where Conwy Castle is now. There was an abbey there called Aberconwy Abbey and Llys, one of Llywelyn's palaces that Edward destroyed in order to build Conwy Castle.
Yeah.
Mynydd y Dref, by the way, actually does not mean Conwy Mountain, which is the sort of English translation, means the town mountain.
Yeah, the town.
A Dref is the town.
Yeah.
So Mynydd being mountain.
And here we see more ponies. This was actually, once again, on my first visit, walking back. And this little herd of ponies had come down into this little valley that I walked through.
You gonna come say hi? I don't have anything to feed you, unfortunately.
But as a rule, I don't feed them. But you can tell that other people do.
Where's my carrot? I think it's a pretty sheltered spot for them if the weather is inclement.
And look at the heather and the gorse mixed in there, the purple and the yellow. And this is the last little hanging meadow before we head back down to the car, which was right over there. And that's where you saw us come in when it was all dark before. And I hope you've enjoyed this little trip to Conwy Mountain, Mom. End with my favorite picture of Sarah.
Well, when I was 29 years old and clambering over the Rocky Mountains with you in a backpack, I would never have thought I would be doing this at age 75.
Yeah.
So tell me, are we going to climb anything that's more challenging than this?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, well, I guess we don't have to worry.